this morning, that will have shown that the US have come to play this weekend. So now the fans are going to get behind them, drive them on, and you played South Africa in game 1, you got New Zealand here in game 2.
So these two great countries have played 54 times. New Zealand have won 44 of those, 10 by the United States. And here comes Steve Thomasine leading out the United States. And Joe Webber, New Zealand. The crowd are on their feet. Their home side back in action after beating South Africa 21-7. New Zealand victorious against Canada 26 points to 5. Here's a look at the starters.
Yeah, and for New Zealand, I mean, they've got some experience. Nashu didn't start the first game, coming in now. Regan Ware also didn't start. And for the US, a lot of experience. They've gone with the same lineup as the first game that did so well. So what really impressed me, they were so direct, moved into those wide channels. The energy was high in defense. So that's what they got to do. Look after the ball, maintain possession, and force New Zealand to work. New Zealand got a lot their way in that game against Canada.
Our referee Ruben Keane has the whistle for this game. Man out of Australia. Chants of USA reverberate round the stadium here in Southern California. Can they light up Los Angeles again? It's match 10, Pool B. Good morning to our New Zealand followers watching. United States on the left in white, kick off to New Zealand in black. Kayvon Williams not here, broke his fibula for the United States. So Steve Thomasine leads the charges. Falau Nua, most experienced Eagle, kicks it off. And it's New Zealand that received this at the restart. Aquila Rokalasoa scored a brilliant try earlier in that victory against Canada. Goes away. Little step here, they cut back in. It's Lewis Ormond. Brilliant to see him back after a 5-year hiatus in the Sevens game. Rokalasoa flicks it over to Tonenashu. New Zealand look for a switch. Nashu there helping out of the breakdown for New Zealand. Still in their 22, but the space opens up for NZ. Tackle does come in finally. It's a good strong one at the halfway line.
Nine's first action is off me.
So they tap and go. Aquila Rokalasoa again, numbers on the right side. Webber is there, Joe Webber. Tonenashu on the end of this one. Oh, the ball's been spilt there.
Good covering, scrambling defense. Looks like David Still might have got a hand in there. Dislodged the ball just when you thought New Zealand might be going in. But New Zealand doing a really good job of stretching the American defense, forcing them to go wide for wide. Yeah, David Still, just as he's sliding across, had almost lost the contact through his footwork, but able to get a hand and dislodge the ball and get that last-ditch turnover that saved the try for the US.
Amanaki Nicole spilling that one there, silver medalist in Tokyo. The US Eagles
Fine.
with Falau Nua, debuted in Gold Coast in 2011.
Set.
Surpassing Zach Tesson appearance record. He goes short to the local Ursula Bruin and Lucas Lacamp. His family and friends, of course, coming in there, hundreds to watch. On the outside, it's a lovely step, looking to cut back in. Malachi Esdale has been had as Schrader finds his captain with a bounce ball. Not the prettiest of passes.
Esdale stepping into the starting lineup for Perry Baker. Thought for a second he might have stepped away, but I think had to step so laterally that he lost any forward momentum, and the New Zealand defense able to cover across. Full pass from Joe Schrader. US defense had done well. They pulled in 3 or 4 Kiwis there, and may have had an opportunity on the left side, but the poor pass now gives New Zealand the next chance.
So New Zealand, USA just once this year, won in 1917 in a pool game.
Fine.
Very close in recent times.
Set.
New Zealand, bronze medalists at the Commonwealth Games. Possession through Aquila Rokalasoa, getting the penalty.
Number 7.
Offside.
Falau just trying to pressure the opposition scrum half, was deemed to be in front of the ball, and you can't put pressure on him until he's pulled it out.
Rokalasoa, the 27-year-old, goes to midfield. Little stab through kick from Regan Ware, sits up superbly. And Tonenashu has New Zealand's first 5. 2 thumbs up.
Ware and Nashu, such experienced performers for this All Black Sevens team, doing a really, really good job. Spotting that the US have put 7 men in their front line, as a lot of teams do once you get closer to your goal line. A really delicate touch from Regan Ware. And Nashu, knowing it's coming, is flying onto it, able to recover. Really well executed play from New Zealand there.
Precision to Tonenashu. 35th try for his country. And he us Kurt Baker's signature try salute. Conversion sails over 7-0. New Zealand lead. Side coached by Clark Laidlaw and Tamasi Tama. Tama, New Zealand's top point scorer in Sevens history, 2026. The kick being played by Lucas Lecamp, comes with his shin, so Rokalaso, beautiful flick back in to Joe Webber. Across field, come New Zealand. Again, it's Nashu into the fray. Tony Nashu, strong tackle. Amanaki Nicole wants possession. New Zealand have lost this. And Esdale beats a couple. Malachi Esdale for the US Eagles. Lecamp. Cross field to Newer. Looking for width. Steve Thomasine comes in, hits high in the face.
High tackle.
Yeah, Steve Thomasine, New Zealand, they often play this 7-up defence with the last man trailing, which does open up that kind of inside line in between the last defender and his man inside. Steve Thomasine tries to attack in there, and it's just a trailing arm from the New Zealand defender. Saw a couple big shots on this near side, one on Naima Fualau as he was trying to pass the ball away. Malachi Esdale, he's looking quite shifty and dangerous there, not been able to kind of exploit that secondary break, but making defenders miss, and as the game develops, we'll see if he can continue to do that.
Viewers may be watching, wondering where Colin Al is for the USA. He's studying, finishing his business degree, doing a couple of things outside of rugby for the moment. He's watching on. Nua has advantage. Lecamp throws a dummy. Lucas Lecamp, good strong tackle on him.
In the air, on the arm. In the air.
So it's a penalty on New Zealand in the line-out. New Zealand, one of the best teams in the circuit on disrupting the other team's line-out throw, did so illegally there. And the US, often, as they're often likely to do, happy to slow the game down, kick for touch, kind of build into this. And as we enter kind of a minute and a half left in this half, New Zealand have had the rub of the green so far, but the US will be looking to strike back before half-time.
Slowly gets to his mark. Named the 2019 series Dream Team. What a play. He's been 37 years of age. Unbelievable skills. He goes to the tail. So difficult to do that.
Tackle, release!
US looking to strike back here in the first half. Huge carry from David Still. Turned 24 this week. Numbers on the left-hand side. Schrader looking to exploit it. Thomasine for the line. And it could be a try-saving tackle. We will check.
Matty, just going to check. Try yes or no, please. Malachi! High tackle! Yeah. High tackle!
See here, just a big drive between Thomasine and Rokalasoa. First glance, it looked like Rokalasoa got his hand underneath, got his body underneath, his leg underneath. And I think for me, there's no grounding there. And it will be a 5-meter scrum. Rokalasoa all wrapped up on the ball, able to stop Steve Thomasine from touching that down, I think.
Ruben.
Yep.
So the ball is not grounded, but there's a high tackle by 4 black, which prevents a probable try.
Okay, no worries. So, no try. There's a high tackle preventing a probable try, yellow card, and a penalty try.
Penalty try is the decision from referee Ruben Keane, and the USA get on the board here. And here's a look at Thomasine taken high.
Yeah, Rokalasoa just doing everything he can, goes over the top of the fen, and anytime you kind of go over that fen, you are likely to go high. I mean, one thing that I find curious is if Steve Thomasine had touched this ball down, the US would have had to take the conversion out wide. So he's actually better off that he didn't touch the ball down than if he had, which I'm not sure that quite makes sense. But the penalty try brings the US back into it. Don't need to take the conversion. They're now 7-7 up in a yellow card. So these next 2 minutes, they don't want to spend too long in this first half unless they can get a try on the board.
I know what you're saying, Madison Hughes. I'm with you. 7-0. USA, New Zealand. Pool B, last play of the first half.
30 seconds is up, guys. 30 seconds is up. Sorry. It's a scrum, sorry. Scrum. It was an incorrect restart. It wasn't taken before the 30. So it's a scrum.
So it took too long to take the restart.
The timer
Give it 30
was out.
seconds. NZ will have
Timer,
possession.
so the 30-second countdown was out. Scrum.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's bit of a problem with technology. I think Flanua was looking up at the board, waiting for the countdown and the hooter, which has been accustomed to go off. Looks like the stadium was on a slightly different counter to the referee. Unfortunate for the US. It'll be interesting. Do New Zealand try and drain some time here or go to the half-time?
Like Friday, you can see social media top of that video. He's the Maverick is Friday, the coach for the USA Eagles. Back New Zealand have possession here. And they break the deadlock where Regan Ware does really well for New Zealand.
9 effective
Penalty as well. They tap and go quickly. Caleb Tangatau moves it away. Ormond. Lewis Ormond drifts across field looking for a switch from Nashu. Nashu back on the inside. Amanaki Nicole just short. A barrel roll to break down there. Tangatau gives it away. Big step from Weber. Slipped as he did it. Another penalty.
9 offside.
Nicole gives it to Nashu, who's 5 out. Oh, it's a high kick. It's okay. Nicole is there, fairly isolated though. US lose their footing as Weber gets very close. The men in black have it. They whip it wide. Ormond, one-on-one for the corner. That could be an electric finish. Again, we'll go upstairs.
Are they going to come to you? Oh, yes or no, please.
Stand by, Ruben.
Ormond with the athletic leap into the corner. Looked to me like he knew what he was doing. Goes with the left hand. Oh, and does really, really well. That's that forearm is the only question. Just as he's falling down here.
Ruben, when you're on the screen, you may award the try.
Thank you.
It's a stunning finish here in the corner. Lewis Ormond, been 5 years in the making. He's back in black and scores a decisive try in the first half for his country. They're up 12 points to 7 with Joe Weber's sideline conversion in this tight 2v clash. Pulls it. So we'll go to the break. A slender lead for New Zealand against the home side. It is 12 points to 7 against the US.
We're matching the mission, eh?
South Africa featured a little bit earlier, and their captain Sheikh Soizwapi wasn't at hand to give us a word.
Nobody was going to make this easy for you to win this title. How do you assess, I guess, your first couple of performances?
Yeah, absolutely. I always say that there's no easy game here on the world circuit. All the teams, they step up, and especially when there's so much on the line. And yeah, I think we really started off slowly as a team, and we're building up from our performances. The second game was much better, but there's still areas on defense that we can do better.
How much do you talk about what's on the line, or do you try to park that a little bit for the back of the mind today?
We don't speak about it at all. It's something that it does come up so that the elephant in the room is out, but then going forward, we don't speak about it at all.
Well, all the very best for what's ahead. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
So halftime huddles here, big words here, Madison Hughes. What do you think the coach is saying?
I mean, I think for both teams, it'll be that first half's gone. We need another 7-minute performance. Very, very tight. The US, I think they've got a few seconds left on this yellow card. This is a really big period for them. That did not go their way at the end of the first half. So now they've got to capitalize and take advantage of this yellow card time.
Five points, the difference between these two brilliant sides here at the HSBC LA Sevens. We're in Southern California, where the sun shines. Every single day of the year, it's the finale of the series as well. New Zealand in black kicking off to the home side. 12-7, NZ lead. Both sides winning their first pool game. Good lead there from Perry Baker's on the field for America. Still come down to the short side, scored a brilliant try against South Africa early on in their pool game. Baker kicks it away to Schrader. Falaunua whips it to the captain, Steve Thomasine, the muscle man from San Fran. Can't get around Tangatau. Here's Baker popping up, Perry Baker. Draws three, Lacam dives on this one. It's It's dangerous times for the USA as New Zealand go up the middle, reaching for the line. They're there. Aquila Rokalasoa slides over under some attention from the Americans.
Leave it.
Yeah, the US not happy with something there, but New Zealand just bringing such pressure and really putting the pressure first on the Thomasine tackle and then on Lucas Lecamp. That forces the error from the US and brings New Zealand from the try. It looks like Rokalasoa was back on the pitch, so US completely wasted that yellow card period, and Rokalasoa going over for the try. That's careless from Malachi Esdale, diving over, does catch Rokalasoa, and that caused that little scrap afterwards.
He's a slippery customer, is Aquila Rokalasoa. Give it the extra 2 as well. Taking the maximum time allowed for New Zealand. Winners against Canada, 26-5 in their first pool game. They will face South Africa later today. Flags go up. 19 plays 7.
This is still a long time in this match, but the New Zealand, they've really put their foot down since that US try. So for the US now, it starts with this kickoff, catch the ball, calm things down. Look like they're just trying to create a bit too much, force some things, and that leads to the errors. They need to go through some passages of play and see if they can put this New Zealand defense under a bit more pressure than they've been able to recently.
That's the voice of former USA Sevens captain Madison Hughes. I'm Dallin Stanford. Welcome wherever you're tuning in around the globe. The HSBC Los Angeles Sevens comes to a head here in Hollywood. Penalty to NZ.
Not supporting body weight.
New Zealand really putting on a masterclass in here in how to just put pressure on the opposition and calm it down for yourself. Just pairing good passages of play. When they're on defense, they're coming up, putting the US under a lot of pressure. And then when they have the ball, they're just keeping it calm.
New Zealand won twice in LA many years ago, 08 and 05. Great little switch. Tangatau comes back in. Tangatau, he's electric with ball in hand. And New Zealand have yet another. Caleb Tangatau, 19 years of age. Big things.
Tangatau with fantastic footwork that goes in under the post. And now New Zealand starting to stretch this lead. For them, they've got this big matchup with South Africa later on, so they've got to make sure they're continuing to put on the pressure, and points could prove important. For the US, the game isn't going their way. They cannot allow their heads to drop because they need to make sure this scoreline is as tight as it possibly can in case that South Africa do beat New Zealand, the US beat Canada, it's all going to get down to points difference.
What a great finisher. One of the next generation of players in this group, Caleb Tangatau, debuted in Singapore 2022, 26 points to 7. New Zealand looking to silence this American crowd with the teenagers try. They're silver medalists in London, their last series event of NZ. Only took part in Singapore where they started when they won silver, 6th in Vancouver, 9th in Toulouse. Deep kick for Schrader, handles it well. Falaunua goes short. Esdale tries to hurdle one. It's his boot grab. Lucas Lecamp gets rid of one. There's Lecamp. Nua. Fan. The Nufa, in fact, both wearing red headgears.
Yeah, Falau's got the short hair now. Mark has got the long hair with the red scrum caps. They've kind of switched that up. Mistake there, coming off the bench. I mean, he could be such an impactful player. Mark will be disappointed with that. And again, it gives New Zealand another opportunity right on the edge of the US 22 to try and get some more points on the board.
Okay, something complete. Let's come in. Okay.
Gam Diamora on the field. Maceo Brown on the right of your screen for the United States.
Come on.
New Zealand brings some players on. Naroki Mugabi Black
Crowds.
addition is in for New Zealand. Introduced to Tim Mickelson, Scott Curry, Kitione Vai, Andrew Newstubb, Leroy Carter, Dylan Collier and Sam Dixon rested as well. Broader squad watches on. It's Mugabi Black, first touch, fresh legs. See you later. Naroki Mugabi Black celebrates in style in LA.
Mugabi Black doing really, really well. Spots the mismatch. American scrum half coming out of the scrum, and Mugabi Black just the little goose step, show and go, uses his acceleration just to cut straight through the US defense. And again, the Americans will be really, really disappointed. That comes far, far too easily from the scrum. And New New Zealand have really put on a bit of a masterclass in this one. The US was so confident after that first game, but New Zealand showing that they've got another level, and the US will need to step it up if they want to compete.
Beautiful images of Mugabe Black, the 26-year-old player of the year in sevens in New Zealand in 2020. New Zealand extend their lead 33 points to 7. Dominant performance here from the bronze medalists from the Commonwealth Games in recent times. They've won the series 13 times, have New Zealand. Anufe goes wide, Esdale. Some nice movement from Malachi Esdale. Thomasine comes close here to Maceo Brown.
High tackle.
High shot. Thomasine goes quickly. The captain. Anufe plays for the Houston Sabercats in Major League Rugby during the year. Now back in the sevens program.
Advantage.
Esdale with more advantage. Brown comes back to him.
Leave it. Hands.
So only a minute or so to go. Nupe goes to the right. Gavin Diamore. The Bostonian into the 22. Perry Baker, haven't seen a lot of Baker in this game. Scored a superb try in the first one against South Africa. Along the line they go. Maceo Brown can't get free here. Good tackle from Kurt Baker. His 50th combined event here for New Zealand. Cody Melfi on the park. Baker chips on the top. Baker collects. New Zealand coming and bring him to the ground. Try scoring machine, can't get through there. Anufe gets to his feet, does well to buy time for his side. The Eagles with Baker on the outside. Perry Baker will slip through for the US at home.
Baker getting the try after a period of US possession, and I think they'll look back on that passage and a little bit of what might have been if they'd been able to put together a bit more like that earlier in the game. Baker with a moment of individual brilliance to gather his own kick. New Zealand, so many defenders around the ball. A little bit of smart play, I think that's Tony and Nashu just pushing Steve Thomasine away, but he's able to get back, recover possession, and Baker just spotting an acre of space out wide. The US, knowing that points could prove important, choosing to take the kick and go for this kickoff and try and get another try.
The fans enjoying Perry Baker. Now got 228 tries, just behind. Records held by Sibelo Sinatla from South Africa and Santi Gomez Cora from Argentina. They have 230 tries. New Zealand get this one from Shay Clark, and they hoop it out of bounds. They've done enough to win this game, and that is the final whistle. It's New Zealand that stormed through in this game against the American side. They win here 33 points to 12. Kurt Baker coming on late there, his experience, but his side did enough in the second half. So let's go pitch side, let's get to reaction. Ricky Swanell is pitch side.
Thanks, Dallin. I've got Lewis Ormond with me. It's 5 years since you last played for the All Blacks Sevens. What is it like being back out here?
Oh, it's amazing. You know, like you never know how much you miss something until it's gone from you. And pretty privileged to be back in this jersey and with this team.
What has it been like? You asked to go and train with this side, so then how have you ended up playing again?
I don't know. I just thought I said every week that I'll put my best foot forward and try and put myself in the best position to be picked, and I was lucky enough to be picked for this tour, and hopefully it carries on from there.
Do you marvel at some of these young boys on the New Zealand side, what they can do these days?
Some of them are athletes, man. Like, you know, there's only a few of them in New Zealand that I know of, and they've all gone on to higher places, and I know these guys are destined for higher things as well.
Well, lovely to chat to you. Welcome back. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.